I think it's working.
I can hear you.
Good.
Oh my gosh, I can hear you guys. Thank the Lord. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm so sorry. I have like 0 computer space. How is that? I'm going to have to go to the Apple store and have them fix me. Fix me. I see you twice, Michelle.
I just disconnected from my other
That's
phone. Can you hear me now?
You're in like 2 places.
That's weird. Can you hear me?
I'll put someone else's face up.
I signed on the corporate call and I had 3 going because my internet wasn't working. So I had the phone, I had my iPad, and the computer.
Yeah, I live my phone.
I love it.
Can nobody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, Robin, hi. How are you?
Fine.
Oh gosh, so
weird.
So good to have you.
Well, thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, it's so funny. You're like, I'm not an active coach, but I'll come
I know,
on.
that's always my qualifier. I'm not actively doing it.
You know, it's the coaches who say, I'm not active. I'm not, who are like, find it. And they're like, oh yeah, I see. I'm okay. I'll do it. There's probably a few coaches on here who are like, I'm just going to check this out and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
And then dove in.
I want to become active. I just got to get there.
Yeah. And you know what? I heard a really great personal development today from a coach I was watching that I just want to touch on that tonight. And I was going to anyway, even though I didn't know you were coming, but I was going to touch on this topic anyway. So who's on the phone?
It's Jen.
Oh, hi, Jen. Very cool. Hi, Laura. Good to see you.
I'm driving, so.
Ooh, I can hear you, kind of not, but I know you're there. Be careful.
Okay.
All right. Be careful. All right, don't.
I don't really want to talk. I'll just listen.
Okay, don't text the driver. Okay. All right. Well, we're recording. All right. Well, okay, welcome to this team call, and I'm so sorry about that technical difficulty. It's bound to happen. It's my computer. Thanks, guys, for jumping on, and welcome, Robin. I just am so glad to see you guys, and this is a good turnout. This is wonderful. So tonight, I just wanted to talk about something that's been important to me, and it is just really getting back to basics in our business. I listened to the call that I shared from Anita Myron. For those who don't know, is my upline coach. She's my sponsor coach, and she shared the pre-recorded call from Brittany Powers, who's an elite coach with Team Beachbody, and it was up on our page. And it was 19 minutes. It was super short, and I was going to actually play it and watch it together, but you guys run your own businesses and you're grown women, and you can watch the video. I don't need to play it for you. But it was really great because one of her top 10 tips were, first of all, they were all basic. And this, our coaching business, our coaching, the whole idea of what we do as coaches goes back to basics. And what I love about Team Beachbody and what I love about this company, you guys know, and I think you guys love too, is that they give you everything you need to help others get on your own transformation journey and grow a business too. But do it in a way that is truly, if you're using your heart, you are going to help everybody from the new challenger to the person who's going to jump into coaching, to your team, to your own business that you continually need to be building if you are a business builder. If your vision is building a team. So getting back to basics is, I think, key. I think is more than anything that we do, because basics is our story, our story, and being vulnerable in that story, right? And Robin, this isn't you, but I do talk to a lot of new coaches that don't know where to start, and it can feel very overwhelming. And I totally understand. I think we have all been in the overwhelmed boat and taken off to sea with it, like gone out with the wind blowing, and we don't know what we're doing, because this business can be overwhelming. And if you're not organized or don't have a system, that adds to it. But even before all that, coaching is really about sharing you. And I think I said this before in another meeting, but I think it bears repeating, that we have to remember why somebody was attracted to us as coaches. It was something that we shared on social media, or it was an invitation that we gave for a free group, or just a personal message asking how they're doing. Because guys, this business is all about connecting with people. That's it. What differentiates us? And we are a network marketing company, absolutely. And I am, raise my hand, I'm proud of that, because network marketing, e-commerce, guys, is the wave of, it's been around, but it's the wave of the future. Everything's going to middleman and direct sales. And what differentiates us from everybody else, in my opinion, is that I believe we really are relationship builders, or we should be, because that is going to, there's a lot of things out there. I get messages all the time, and I don't get mad about it, because I get it, because I'm okay with it, and I understand people build their businesses in different ways. But I get literal messages. Hey, I'm looking for 10 women who, I want to try this new product on. I won't mention products. And it's 10% off today, and it's this much. I mean, literally, like, blah, 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 and they've never met me. They've never talked to me. They've never even introduced themselves, right? So I'm not saying that's, I don't think that's the best way to build a business, but that is definitely a thing that I get in my inbox. So there are a lot of companies now who are doing messaging, who are doing posts, who are doing a lot of things. But what's going to differentiate you guys and me and on this team is that we don't do that. We care about what's happening with our challengers. We care about what's happening with people and the people that we're communicating with. So as we go forward, going back to basics, and I'm going to be basic here because we have new coaches. Mary, hi. We have some new coaches. Congratulations on Emerald. Mary just advanced her business to Emerald last week. So yay, Mary. Okay, going back to basics, are the vital behaviors. And those are, for our business, the first one is that we do invite people to check things out. That happens in a variety of different ways. But the biggest way we invite people to find out what we're doing with our own lives is to share our personal journey. Because our story, it matters. And there are people that that see you, that you may not even know, that follow you, that are watching you. And I heard the neatest thing today. The relationships that we're building with people, sometimes they happen overnight. Someone may see something that Robin shares, she posts about, let's say she's sharing about what she's learning about her food, or she's shared a new recipe. There's somebody that probably may see that one day and be laying in their bed at night thinking, what am I gonna do? I'm lost on my food. I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, Robin, she shared something about clean eating, something. I need to go back and check that out. These relationships are built in people's sleep. Isn't that weird? But that's what I heard today. It's like a little study that was done, is that people make decisions to come back and see you in the night. Like in the night, they'll be like, I'm going to go check Megan out tomorrow. what did she talk about? And that's so interesting to me. So when we think that no one is watching, They are. So those little sprinkles of our story, whatever that is, it doesn't have to be a deep story, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it was a struggle that you went through in life. Maybe it was an inner transformation that happened. That coaching or reading personal development or whatever it was changed you. Or maybe it was something in our marriage that was a hard road, or just when you a battle with depression or anxiety. I mean, gosh, there are so many people out there that need the motivation and the support. And there's so much on the internet that is so crazy these days. I mean, it's just crazy town right now out there. People need a break from that. And guys, that's what we supply, because we're living it. And so basics are this. We're living this journey. It's not contrived. It's not made up. At least I've never seen anybody on this team, contrive their stories. I believe everything anybody's ever shared has been deep and real. And the relationships that are built in the quiet of the night are the people that are following you. And so that's so important to remember. And it's important to invite. It's important to always supply people with something that is valuable, whether you're going to invite them to a free group you're doing, like we have a crock-pot group going. I know some people do just free self-help groups. Some people do, just that kind of valuable thing. And our team runs those. So, or the teams on the team run them. So that's value to people. They love being a part of things like that. So we're always inviting through our own message. The second thing is that we are the product of the product. We do. I hope that you guys are behind the programs. I hope that you're using a program and you're starting it from day one and you're completing it to day 30, because that is a transformation in itself. When people want to know, what day are you on in your program? How are you doing? I mean, you may never see them, but they're wondering. If you say I started Body Beast, I'm going to show 30 days, and I'm going to go another 30 days and add Core to Force when it comes out, and I'm going to show that because they're wondering now. And then if I went away for a week and I never shared anything about it, they'd be like, Mona wasn't too serious about that. She probably quit or something, because they want to know. So it's super important to be consistent always, and don't disappear from your social media page. I mean, that is the soul connection. Whatever social media you choose, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is, stick with the one that's worked best for you. For me, it's been Facebook. So be a part of the product. I mean, you got to know why you love Shakeology. You got to know, because you got to be able to talk to people, not because you're selling them something. I mean, I have never, ever done a sales call about Shakeology. If people ask me what it is, I say, dude, I don't, it's like 7 salads in a cup, and I have tons of energy. I haven't been sick in a long time. My skin's pretty clear. My digestion's awesome. What else? I'm 47. I feel pretty awesome. So I just tell what it does for me. But I also drink it every day. And that's something that we have to do. We have to use the products because we have to be able to be behind them 100%. And it's easy for me as I've been doing it for so long. But it's just educating yourself on what our products do and why they rock. And that just takes time, and sometimes it's spending 15 minutes over the weekend kind of going over on the Shakeology website or Shay Sanford's site, or somebody who's knowledgeable about Shakeology and learning a little bit more. So we're part of the product. The third thing is we read personal development. I don't know what book you guys are reading now, but I hope it's something. I am guilty of reading 2 or 3 different books at a time. And probably shouldn't. I mean, I love to read. I always have. I'm a bookworm. But like, what's this one? This is someone gave me a box of like self-help books, and not self-help, but personal development books. And I was like, thank you. Like old school ones. But this one, Dare to Dream and Work to Win. It's by Dr. Tom Barrett. It's old. It's an old school book. But I'm reading this one now, and The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. So these kind of books are super important just to understand, why the business that you're in is so kick-ass. It is such an awesome opportunity. And knowing that and feeling positive and feeling connected with a book like a leadership book is so important, because when you're going to post in your Facebook page that day, you have something to talk about. You learned something in your book that you can actually say, gosh, guys, I learned this today. Here's one. Either you will learn to capture your thoughts, or your thoughts will capture you. I mean, that talks a lot about positive thinking, right? I mean, so I'm reading that and I'm like, I can now really dive into this, and I can share with people what I'm learning. Guys, people don't read a lot of personal development. They don't read a lot of professional development, if any. And the fact that our company says, gosh, you guys should do this 15 minutes in the morning before you get started with your day. Just surround yourself with it. And then you can share with others. You can teach others. And your mind changes. Your whole demeanor changes. The conversations you have with people change, because you're filling your mind with things that are pretty positive and pretty amazing. And there's also personal development, with books, things that you need to deal with, maybe, whether it's self-confidence or whether it's, I don't know, it could be anything. Personal developments for your heart, for things that you're struggling with, whether it's a book that helps with anxiety, or whether it's a book that helps you declutter your house or work on organization, those kind of things. So personal development, professional development is another thing we do. And then lastly, we recognize people. Oftentimes it's a challenger who's doing really amazing things, and that person could just be showing up 5 times a day, 5 times a week, or 3 times a week. Because guys, for some people, that is everything, right? They are making steps to change, to recognize somebody for that, and do a shout out, or just, give them a message and congratulate them for doing such a great job. Recognition can even just be a friend of yours on Facebook, somebody that inspires you. Doesn't have to be necessarily a challenger on the team or a team member. It could be somebody who you see that's doing really good things and helps you every day on Facebook as someone you follow. So recognition is another thing, because givers gain, and it's easy to get caught up in it's easy to sometimes be, I'm guilty of it, being self-centered and having tunnel vision and not looking outside of that vision. And it happens. And I'm definitely guilty of it. So recognition is great, because it reminds us to not do that, right? To look for things, to congratulate and be excited for people. So that's super important to do, because this business is about giving to others, and recognition is a great fourth vital behavior. And the last thing, it really is just that we do as business, the vitals in our business is just sharing on social media. And whatever that looks for you is your business, is how you build your business, how you share your journey. But it does start with making the decision to do it. It's hard at first. It can start simply with sharing about what you're experiencing in a challenge group or what you're experiencing with your team. It can start with the food, the changes you've made. It doesn't have to be a transformation picture yet. I think, and I didn't share a transformation picture until almost a year and a half into my coaching journey, because I didn't really think I had one, and in the end, after I did 20-minute hardcore, I had one, but it was really the first time I ever followed a program from beginning to end and actually did the food as well. A total light bulb moment, right? It changed my coaching business altogether. So you have to do that somewhere, whether it's an internal transformation that you had or a physical transformation. It's a transformation that you'll share to help others. And I heard this today, and this is what I wanted to share as well. And we'll make this very brief tonight, and you guys can talk about anything, your questions or things you were thinking about. We feel like sometimes we need permission from somebody, and I don't know, maybe it's our inner self, that we need permission to, rock this business. You do not have to be, and this person was saying, and it was such a great motivational talk. If I can find it again, I'll forward it to you guys. Because you don't need any permission to be a health and wellness coach. People think they have to have certifications and they have to have all of this stuff to, and those are not bad. Those are good things. But to be a health and wellness coach and to help others is just being you. You don't need permission from anybody. You don't need permission to make a YouTube video. You don't need permission to, post your journey on Facebook. You don't need anybody's permission to do it. And this woman was saying, so often we're looking for, we think it has to be perfect. When in fact, we learn from our messiness. We learn sometimes by messing it up. She goes, you don't need permission from anybody to be perfect, because that's never going to happen. And no situation's ever going to be perfect to jump in and show people who you are, because there's one person for every one of you in here and on our team that can be on the call tonight there's one person that's going to be inspired by you, that is just waiting for you to show up. And that might be in words, that might be with a picture of you smiling, saying you're having a great day, and here's what I learned in my personal development. It might be a word, it might be a motivational post, it might be, what you're learning. It might be that you've gotten a new pair of jeans for the first time in, 2 years, and that you're super stoked about it. So, I'm just saying that people really are needing this. And I think as a team, it's so important to get back to basics, and it's important to remember to do our invitations and add people to our network as friends, and remember your story. Your story doesn't have to be all at once, just parts of it throughout, a couple days a week, you sprinkle it in. And if you follow any of the top coaches, or if you follow, coaches that you see how they sprinkle that in. You see how they share. And I'm inspired by it, so I know other people have to be. So that's what I wanted to share today. I just wanted to share that I think it's important to get back to those basics, and even more basic than that, I think that definitely listening to the National Wake Up Call on Mondays. I know that many cannot listen at 11 o'clock because you're working in your other places, but absolutely catching that replay on Monday. They're 30 minutes after. You can forward through the recognition. Unless you're being recognized, don't forward through it. I want to hear your name. That's exciting. Forward through the recognition, get to the main point. It's usually just 20 minutes, but it's always something that kicks off a Monday. It's always something that you shouldn't miss, because it's practices for our business. And I always learn something, right? And I think leaders are learners. We're always learning. Every one of us are leaders in some facet or another. So don't miss the National Wake Up Call. Obviously, team meetings are Thursday at 8:30. That's super important to be connected to each other. And live events are very important. In your city or near you is coming up a Super Saturday. Ours is the 30th in Lexington, Louisville area. So what it is, Super Saturday is when it's a live event. You have a training, you have a workout. We're going to do quarter force. That's probably the one everybody's going to do. So you're going to do some kickboxing, MMA stuff. They do a workout, they do a training, they do a live corporate video. And it's a lot of coaches, and they do bring guests do come. But it is such an important thing, because getting to a live event is like key, because again, it's another connection to making this real outside of this computer, outside of our challenge groups. You're like connected to other people, and it is so uplifting. It is so exciting. It's usually just 2 hours, that's it, out of your day, and they're usually pretty close. So wherever you guys live, there should be one near you, and you can find them. I'll post the link on our team page, so you can click on it and you can find one close to you. You should go. You will see that there are so many people who are just like you. You just won't even believe it. You'll be like, oh my gosh, and you'll see all different types of coaches, and that's very cool to see. You're like, oh my gosh, there's no one stereotype, So Super Saturday, definitely get your teams to research where yours is or theirs is closest to them, and see if they can get to it, because that's coming up. And then the next one will be in January. So this one's October 30th or 29th, Saturday, whatever that Saturday, Sunday is. All right, so that's it. That's what I wanted to share, because I think that getting back to basics is key. This guy is my favorite guy nowadays on the little emojis. Oh, there's my son. All right. So yes, Alice, I'm in here. Where's your chocolate milk? It's in the fridge, because that's where it stays. All right. I'm going to unmute you guys. I think Jen had to get off the freeway, which is good. I'm going to unmute you guys and see. I'm going to take Silas in here, and I'm going to not Silas, my computer, and get him milk. What questions do you guys have, or what are you thinking, or what's going on? Anything? Hello, this is Silas. Hi, everybody. Okay. I'm gonna get him milk while we sit, and I don't want to keep you guys too long, but I don't want to take up all the combo. Anybody have any thoughts or questions when you're doing? Oh, congratulations, Megan! How did your all's coach sneak peek go?
We think it went actually really well. Better than we thought. We didn't know what we were doing, and we went and did it, and came up with our little plan and stuck to it, and it was short, sweet, to the point, and we invited a lot of people. A lot of people didn't say they were coming, but I don't know how it works. If it maybe people thought, I don't know if it came up in your feeds or whatever, but we saw people liking pictures and whatever that weren't part of the group that responded. So it's pretty cool, because now people are all seeing it, and we left all the videos up so they can go back.
Good. Yeah, I went in and saw some. I was like liking things. I was in there I went in the event. It was really good.
Yeah. So,
checked it out. Nice. Very good. Yeah, they did. It was Jen and Megan and Jess and Katie, Olivia. They did a little happy hour where they went in and did live videos in a live event, and it was really good. So good job, you guys. Awesome. All right. How you doing, Michelle?
We are amazing. Grew my team a little bit over the last 2 weeks. I got 2 new coaches to join me, Anita and Delisa. And I think Delisa may have sold her first challenge pack today. So Laura, myself, and Megan are running a Coach Basics training group, which is really great because the three of us are in there, encouraging communication and sharing the stories with the new coaches. And it helps to go back to the basics by following the posts and doing them yourselves too. So
That's
even as an old coach or a more experienced one, it's helped to go back.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I agree with that completely. I mean, it is so easy to get off track and work on other things, and then you forget about the basics. But yeah, when you're working with a new coach, that's what they're doing. And then you go back to it too. And then you see your business changing, right? Because you're because it's consistency. So
absolutely.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was all done. What were you going to say?
Who's the new coach who I love? We just friended each other. She's drinking her Shakeology in the car.
Oh, Anita Myron is her name. She's in Ohio, I think. Grimes, Ohio.
Anita what? What's her last name?
Anita Orton.
Oh, yes, Orton. That's right. Yeah, is she a coach? Yes?
Yes.
She's great.
Yeah, she just signed up on the 1st, so brand new, still going through training, of course, but really.
Oh, is that me? Is that Michelle or is it me?
Probably Michelle. We're already getting the wins and stuff from Matthew here.
Yeah, well, that's great. Well, she's wonderful, and
my internet's been horrible.
That's mine. Who knows? Mine will probably fly off here in a minute.
Sorry.
It's perfect. That's okay. Okay. Well, she's great, and I think that she's already coaching, and she's just great. It's sometimes people just aren't already doing it. Sometimes it takes practice for others who want to jump in. Everyone's different. So that's great. Great. Well, you know what? They'll do it. Let me know if I can help or if I can get in there, and if I can do anything for you guys, let me know. All right. Hey, Mary, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
Actually, I downloaded or I got the TIEC. Is that what it is? So I set that up last night, and I'm super excited to start using it.
What do you think about it?
So far, so good. I definitely have to explore it a little more. Tonight will be my first night actually using it. I set everything up last night, but I think it's going to help out a lot, which is great.
Yeah. I mean, because Robin, what we're talking about right now is a program called TIEC that was created by Beachbody coaches for coaches. And it really helps with just keeping track of your conversations, because since our business is people oriented, and because we want to build relationships, it helps with, those things, so that we're not we're building the relationships from the beginning, just especially when you add friends, because that happens. You have to do that in network marketing. You need to somehow get in touch with them or figure that out. And TIEC is such a great tool for that. So that's what we're talking about right now. But yeah, I think it's a real game changer. They've got scripts and everything that you can use if you get caught up on something. And TIEC is Mary. They're very good at getting back to you. So if you need help with anything, just message them.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, Laura, good to see you.
Thank you.
Are you guys getting fall weather, for reals? Is it chilly?
It's not bad out here. Actually, it's been kind of nice. Pretty pleasant.
Good.
I feel happy about that.
Oh, that's good.
You're getting all the cool weather and none of the effects of it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hot here. How's the weather where you are, Robin? I always ask.
It's not too bad. It was in the upper 60s today.
So lovely.
So,
yeah, I mean, it's crazy. My sister's in Miami. It passed them right on by. Didn't even touch down, but it's that Space Coast area. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Where I used to live. That's where all my friends, and they're refusing to leave.
Oh, everyone's battering down. Okay. Well, I'll let you guys go so that you can get on with your evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And just just get back to those basics. And, you know, for those that want to start, I guess, I'll say, Robin, let me know what
That's just me.
whatever question. We all started once. I get it. I was on, I would get on every one of Anita's team calls, and I wouldn't know really what I was doing. The only thing that I knew was that I trusted her. I knew what she was doing. I saw what she was posting. So I started doing the exact same thing she did. That's the only guide I had. We didn't have coach trainings and things like that at the time. So all I had was what she did. And I kind of emulated that. And so that's what I did. So anything you need help with, let me know. It's really just about sharing who you are. That's it. And you already do that so well. So whenever you're ready,
I'm just waiting I fell off the wagon, so I'm waiting to be successful, to get back on, and then do it, you know, to be the product of the product. So once I'm successful with the program consistently, then I think I'm ready. That's kind of what I'm waiting for anyways.
Yeah. Well, let's rock out this next 30 days and just start to feel really consistent and see what happens. Okay?
That's my plan, hopefully.
We'll do it. All right, guys. Let's take a picture. Get in your picture mode, and we're going to take a picture because I do this and I tag you guys. Look at this. Is so pretty behind me. Oh, well. Okay, I don't care. All right. 1, 2, 3. Ready? All right. All right, guys. Thank you for jumping on tonight. I sure do appreciate it. Be safe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for hopping on. Bye, Robin. Bye, Mary. Bye, Megan. Bye, Laura.